Welcome back to TPS. Many of the greatest athletes in their respective sports have opted to stay with one franchise throughout their professional career. Take the likes of Kobe Bryant, Sidney Crosby, and Derek Jeter, for example. However, as we've seen with other greats such as Wayne Gretzky and Michael Jordan, staying put with a single team isn't always possible. During his time with the Warriors, Kevin Durant has added a few championships along with some more individual awards to his trophy collection. Now he must decide if he'd like to continue winning championships the easy way, or if it's time for him to write a new chapter in his NBA career. And we're here to offer some friendly advice. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we present 5 teams Kevin Durant should definitely sign with and 5 teams he must stay away from. At TPS, we post videos every single day, so don't forget to click the subscribe button to subscribe. Then click the notification bell to be notified when we post a new video. And if you have any cool video ideas, let us know in the comment section down below. You never know, we might use one and give you a shout out. Number 5 should sign Golden State Warriors. Hey, KD took the easy way out and signed with the Warriors to win all those NBA championships without breaking much of a sweat. Why not stay in the Bay Area and win anywhere from 4 to 6 more championships before retiring for good? Now, we could put the Warriors higher on this list, but the early signs point to Durant leaving Golden State anyway. Not only that, but we're factoring in the whole legacy thing. LeBron James could have stayed in Miami and won more titles, but he knew his legacy would be complete if he brought a championship home to Cleveland. And he did just that. If Durant wants to stay in Golden State for the rest of his career, his legacy will remain as the guy who took the easy way out. But hey, there's nothing wrong with winning more championships. Number 5, stay away from San Antonio Spurs. Durant met with the Spurs in the early stages of 2016 free agency. Would have been great to see him with Kawhi Leonard. Joining now isn't such a great idea. The time to do that would have been in either 2016 or 17. The Spurs have seen their window close over the last couple of years, following the departures of key players like Leonard and Tony Parker, plus the retirement of franchise icon Tim Duncan. It's also possible that he'd want to play for the legendary Greg Popovich. But there have been rumors that Coach Pop will retire after he coaches Team USA at the 2020 Summer Olympics. On top of that, DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge are getting up there in age. We don't know how much gas either of them has left. The Spurs are still a very good team and model organization. They should be able to extend their 2-decade-long playoff streak a little longer. However, there isn't enough star power here currently to win championships, and the style of play would not fit with DeRozan or Aldridge either. If Leonard was still a Spur, it'd be a different story. Number 4 should sign with Toronto Raptors. During a 2013 interview on The Dan Patrick Show, Durant revealed that the Raptors were his childhood team and that he wanted to play for them. He also revealed that he was a huge fan of former Raptors superstar Vince Carter. While the Raptors probably don't have much of a chance of recruiting Durant, but they would still be a wonderful fit. KD, why not take the chance and sign with your childhood team right here? Even if Leonard leaves in free agency, he'll still step in as the new face of the franchise. The chance to join a championship starting 5 featuring Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, and hopefully Leonard would put this team on another level. Toronto is one of the greatest sports cities in North America, and the Raptors fan base is one of the most passionate and welcoming in the NBA. KD would easily be able to handle the pressure of playing in such a market. Even if Leonard were to leave Toronto, you can't discount KD's ability to recruit another superstar. Number 4, stay away from Houston Rockets. Whoa, wait, what? Why wouldn't Durant want the chance to join fellow MVP James Harden and perennial all-star point guard Chris Paul? This would be one heck of a super team, one that would easily top the Warriors in the Western Conference. But joining the Rockets is not that simple. You'd think Durant and Harden would be able to play nice after spending these past few years as competitive rivals. Why did the Beard reject the contract extension from OKC before getting traded to Houston again? Not to mention Harden is in a system where the offense revolves around him, and Durant needs to be in a system where the offense revolves around him. You'll have a bunch of egos clashing. Just look at that whole locker room blow-up Durant had with Draymond Green in a November 2018 game. Durant clearly has his limits when it comes to working with other superstar players. The Rockets are going to be championship contenders with Harden. You add Durant and it could create a toxic locker room environment. Houston would love to add KD, but this is not the team for him to join. Number 3 should sign with Los Angeles Clippers. Just about every major NBA free agent of 2019 has been linked to the Los Angeles Clippers. It's simple. Players want to play in LA, but a lot of them don't want to join LeBron James, which is a major disadvantage for the Lakers. Does Durant want to stay in California and play with a bigger market team? The Clippers have space to add a pair of maximum contracts. If they land Durant, you can bet he'll be able to recruit somebody like Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, or Kyrie Irving. Clippers have never won an NBA championship, and Durant could completely change his legacy if he joined these guys and led them to a title. But for KD, it might not be strictly about trying to help a long-time losing team win a championship. This decision could come down to whether or not he wants to play in a giant market like Los Angeles. Still, it's worth consideration. Number 3, stay away from Washington Wizards. Durant was born in Washington, and as we all know, some athletes just have the desire to go home again. If Durant has a strong desire to eventually play with the Wizards, he should think about it at the tail end of his career. It's a disaster for basketball in DC at the moment, and Durant shouldn't want anything to do with it. For example, John Wall hasn't been able to stay healthy, and he carries the most immovable contract in the NBA right now. It's hard to envision Wall ever regaining his all-star form there, so forget about the former first overall pick enticing KD as a potential sidekick. As for Bradley Beal, well, the Wizards are likely to trade him at some point to commence a rebuild. Also, Durant would have to take a massive pay cut to join the cash-strapped Wizards. And Durant's been quite vocal about wanting to get paid this time, rather than take more hometown discounts. And finally, would the Wizards really be a true title contender with Durant? That Eastern Conference has rapidly improved over the last 2 years. This would not be a clear path to the finals for Durant, with the Raptors, Celtics, Bucks, 76ers, and Pacers standing in the way. Number 2 should sign with Oklahoma City Thunder. How about this for a legacy changer? Durant goes back to the only team he ever knew and brings a championship home. You know, like when LeBron James erased his villainous label and returned to Cleveland, and when he led them to their first ever NBA championship. Well, Durant should be worried about his legacy at this point. Does he want to be that guy that took the easiest path possible to win a championship? Or does Durant want to return home and try to bring a title to the team that made him their adopted son? Of course, KD would have to take a huge pay cut so that the Thunder could afford him, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. But hey, this would change the entire narrative for Kevin Durant if he were to return to OKC. And even though there are some bitter feelings, we're sure they forgive Durant if it meant guiding them to a championship. Number 2, stay away from Boston Celtics. You don't want to do this, KD. The Celtics look like a championship team on paper, but these guys are underachieving. Also, Durant would have to take quite the pay cut to sign with Boston, which goes against his aforementioned desire to get paid this offseason. Whether Kyrie Irving stays in Beantown or not, what scares us is this Celtics locker room. All these young guys have made him an unhappy man. Irving wants to be the leader, but guys like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart also seem bent on being the real go-to member of the Celtics. We don't see KD fitting in and trying to babysit a young team that has a lot of maturing to do. Head coach Brad Stevens is constantly trying to find playing time for all his players. Not sure this is the best situation for Durant to enter. And even if Durant were to join Boston, the bulk of that core would break up soon with their pending cap crunch. Number 1 should sign with New York Knicks. Laugh at us all you want, but it's clear that the Knicks are the frontrunners for Durant's services. Why else would they trade away a young superstar in Kristaps Porzingis to the Dallas Mavericks? Clearly, the Knicks love their chances of landing KD in the offseason. Multiple NBA experts, executives, and reports have suggested that the Knicks basically have Durant. He wants to go there, and of course they offer him the chance to compete in a big market. Oh, and the Knicks can either draft a stud with one of the early 2019 selections or package that in a trade for Anthony Davis, perhaps. Durant would totally change his legacy if he joined the Knicks and brought home a championship to this laughingstock organization. Who wouldn't want to play in the Big Apple and revive its storied basketball team? And again, Durant will be joining a team ready to win now. Surely James Dolan would find a way to add 1 or 2 more superstars to complement Durant right away. It's actually an excellent fit on paper, and this is another legacy thing for Durant. Since the Knicks are the heavy favorites to land Durant, we had to put them atop the list here. Sorry, Warriors fans. And number 1, stay away from Los Angeles Lakers. Joining LeBron James looks like a win-win scenario on paper, but it's not. If Durant can't handle Draymond Green and the rest of the star-studded Warriors team anymore, why should we expect him to play nice with LeBron? It's really a lose-lose situation here. The issue is, if the Lakers were to become a super team and win multiple championships, let's be honest, the credit would go to LeBron. If the Lakers flop and don't win with James and Durant, who do you think is going to get blamed? The latter, of course. Durant and James are 2 of the NBA's best players. They have met in the finals 3 times. As far as we're concerned, Durant is trying to outdo LeBron at this point in his career. We think it'd be a very difficult working relationship for these two. Each of them has to be the centerpiece of the offense. We have no clue how they'd be able to share the ball and keep their egos at bay. Just a thought. James is better off recruiting someone like Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis, while Durant is better off writing his next chapter elsewhere. It's that simple. Where do you think Kevin Durant will sign in the offseason? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.